Merhabat, and welcome back to the Ottoman campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So we've gotten ourselves into a bit of a war here versus Britain, France, and the United States. So far, we've only fought the British, and it was quite the victory, with 700,000 victory points. The ships that were in the battle are now heading to port to get resupplied. Some of them are a little bit damaged, so I might put some ships that are in construction on pause, just so I can fix these up. But it's nothing serious. I did lose 2 old armored cruisers and 3 torpedo boats, but that was it. So aside from lacking ammunition, this task force is pretty much intact. But yeah, lacking in ammunition, they're certainly not up to fighting these French ships here. That's a lot of ships. So, this task force is heading out instead. It is virtually identical to the other one from the previous battle. Same number of ships of the same classes. So, but freshly supplied. You've also got oh yeah, these are the Yavuz class battle cruisers with the 17.5s. I'm not sure if you saw me build them in one of the episodes, but they're pretty much copies of the I've forgotten the name. So many weird names in this campaign. Not the Anasaries, but the Buruklu class. Yeah, they're basically the same as those, but with 17.5s instead of 18.5s. Yeah. I just wanted to build something on that hull before it went obsolete for some reason. Britain is sending out a battleship, a single battleship. Anyway, let's take a look at before we click next turn, the politics tab. Minus 46 with Germany. So they might get involved on the side of our enemies. And Germany has not as big a navy as the other nations that we're fighting, but they got some potent task forces around. Anyway, should I send out some more ships? I probably should. Britain has 1 destroyer here. Where are you headed? I have a spare light cruiser somewhere. I would like it to be a light cruiser. Sent out to deal with the destroyer. Send out a heavy instead. There we go. This French DD is not getting through here. The game just hasn't updated the pathing yet, visually. But yeah, it's not getting into the med. And here's a whole bunch of enemy ships. Yikes. I don't really have anything to fight that with. Not here, anyway. Send out an Izmir class. We can do some work. I might have to do something about this, or I'm going to lose northern Colombia. Or maybe just let it get lost. Maybe. I'll send you there. That's an upgraded Izmir. It should be capable of fighting anything it cannot run away from. Maybe. 32 knots. It's not like super fast or anything, but it might work. Now then, on to next month, and let's see what happens. Another election, another victory for the Center Party. We are attacking an undefended port. Nice. And here we go. The French task force with all the battleships has not linked up with this one. That's probably for the better. Gorgon class heavy cruisers. I got quite a few of these. It seems alright. Light cruisers are kind of pricey, but they seem alright. No, actually, no. 5.1 inch guns? I mean, this battle, their torpedoes are gonna be probably their main armament. It could be scary, but in a 1v1 versus one of my cruisers, I think they get stomped pretty hard. And 4,000 ton destroyers. Not super fast, but plenty of torpedoes. Surprising they're only costing like less than 400 million. Typically those big 4,000 ton DDs are gonna be quite a bit more. Anyway, we got our dreadnoughts here. Super dreadnoughts, most of them. Right. Yeah, old, but with recent refits. Almost all of them have Mark V guns. Except for the, whatever it's called, with the 14s. There we go, one big line. The armored cruisers might survive this, actually. Might even be useful. Because they got no big battleship guns firing at them. Let's just get our stuff organized somewhat. And turn all the torpedoes off. That's the safest way to avoid your own ships torpedoing themselves. Okay, guess we're just gonna have to form you up in a parallel line behind the battleships. I didn't know they'd start this close. I should probably split the fire from my big guns here. And preferably in such a way that they will accidentally hit some something else if they miss the intended target. 13s. Al-Andalus, you also got big 16s. Target that one. Gunga Mez, you got the 14s. You don't have the range yet. There we go. That's a decent decent split. Drop you down to cruising speed. This is gonna get a little bit laggy, I think. Luckily, my view range with the radar is just burning straight through that smoke screen. So we're not bothered by ships going invisible and then reappearing and messing up my targeting. Torpedo boats are already in torpedo range, almost. Gotta be careful here so my destroyers don't torpedo my my light cruiser. Already scoring some hits. Main deck pen. Actually, on a heavy cruiser. That's good to see. Actually, keep turning this way. We are taking some hits here. Are we in range with all of them? Pretty much. Pretty much. So we're just gonna select targets based on their heading. Trying and get this torpedo spread to hit mostly in the middle of the enemy formation as far as possible. These torpedoes aren't accurate enough to hit like specific ships anyway. Now the same for the destroyers that are also in range. Also turn off your guns. I don't think it's gonna matter. I think they're gonna be visible anyway. But we'll just spread you out a little bit more. You're not sailing in a straight line behind one another. The big guns are scoring hits while I'm playing with my torpedoes. Might lose another torpedo boat here. Lost 3 in the previous battle, last episode. That was a small price to pay for the kind of victory we got out of that. We got torpedoes incoming towards my destroyers. I should probably check what kind of torpedo range the enemy has. That's very useful information. 12.7 on the destroyers. They were all the same class. 20.7 on the light cruisers. So yeah, they're the ones who have launched. The heavies have 13.5. Okay, so the light cruisers are actually the biggest threat here. Those long-range torpedoes. Destroyers are getting away. And we are scoring a lot of torpedo hits. That is beautiful to see. We're up to 25 so far. I think we're gonna get more. Yeah, we are getting more torpedo hits, alright. Khalif. Bayezid the Second. Al-Andalus. Mehmed Celebi. Gungarmez. Isa Celebi. Big name. And is no good. Lost one torpedo boat. Ooh, what are you doing? You should probably launch torpedoes at something. Actually, like so. Torpedoes are away. We got incoming torpedoes. Let me just make sure my destroyers don't disappear off the battlefield. Could just sail in a circle there until I need you. One light cruiser down. What kind of armor are we looking at for the enemy light cruisers, by the way? Very decent, in fact. So winning a 1v1 in a light cruiser fight might not be so guaranteed after all. Mostly because of that inner citadel layers. Yeah, these guns cannot go through that third layer. Getting some big hits and some more torpedo hits. Actually, those were from the light cruiser. Yeah, I just scored some torpedo hits. Way off in the distance. Not sure if she hit the target I aimed at, but that's not important. As long as you hit something. was gonna select some targets, but might as well get our thumbnail done. I like how this like secondary turret arrangement turned out. Oh yeah, I was gonna pick some targets because you might have lost your original targets. No, you're actually still firing at what you should be firing at, which is good. Are you guys getting away? You are. That is Division 6. I can reform. Torpedoes off. I can do another torpedo run with you guys. My light cruiser is getting away pretty much unharmed. She took a lot of fire, but not much damage. We're gonna sink Galilee. There she goes. And yet another light cruiser sunk. I can switch to the destroyer. They're not going to do any damage to those enemy light cruisers. I mean, their puny 5-inch guns are not going to do anything to my light cruisers either, but... yeah, hitting both the belts and the decks at this range. Now, torpedo boats, you are reloaded. Ready to go. As are my destroyers. Yeah, we are just nuking those light cruisers. That is an awesome thing to see. Okay, I think yeah, 40-2, you are you're the one slowing down the squadron. Not by much, but by a little bit. Turn this way. Okay, and I got two Oh, like battleship guns focusing that destroyer. That's not what I want to see. Set the 16s to target the heavy cruisers there. '13s on the lights. And these 14s, whatever is in range, which seems to be this one. Now, secondaries. Target these destroyers. They should be in range. Well, not yet, but I'm sailing that way. And they should be in range of my secondary guns before I'm in range of their torpedoes. Let's see what's happening down here now. Not quite in torpedo range with the torpedo boats, but we're getting there. Destroyers are taking a lot of fire. They're all... they're not fully rearmed yet. I thought they were. They're not quite. Okay, let's just pick out the targets now. Now they're rearmed. Refuge. And you can target Congreve. And that one. And that one. Be a decent spread. You've launched. You've launched. Everyone is launched. Now, torpedo boats. You should be in range now. I think, maybe. That is your target. I'm not brave enough to launch against these ships. Because the torpedoes could continue on and hit my my battleship line. That would be something. These two are not quite in range yet. They're gonna have to continue on. Oh, we're about to lose a destroyer, I think. Yeah. (1040-18) sank. I've got more destroyers in reserve. That's not an irreplaceable loss. Basically, in the time since the previous episodes before the time skip, I built a lot of destroyers and torpedo boats, more than I needed to fill out my task forces. So that when I lose ships, come on, I can replace them with ships I've already built. I'm gonna lose 19 as well. Now these cruisers are getting a little bit close. Yeah, we're gonna lose 19 as well. Not much I can do to save her. But I think we're gonna get some torpedo hits out of that. We're up to 39 now. Here's the light cruiser. Yeah, their heavy cruisers are pursuing my destroyers. These two heavy cruisers are almost done. At least this one is. Let's see, have my old armored cruisers done anything? 12,000, 9.9, 152, not much. Not much compared to the, well, at least some of the battleships. The one with the big name has certainly done big damage. Secondary guns are splashing destroyers. Actually, that was a main gun. One of the 13.5s. Okay, we got a bunch of main guns targeting this destroyer now. That is a bit annoying. Yeah, you shouldn't do that. Because we got secondary guns to take care of this. It's in range of a bunch of 7-inch guns. There we go. Let's see, losses so far, 2 destroyers and a torpedo boat. It's probably going to be 3 destroyers at this rate. Well, you're launching torpedoes at me. It's okay. I can launch torpedoes as well. If we can get that torpedo hit counter Past 40. That's my torpedo target, Colbert. Am I gonna get any hits? It's looking good. One more destroyer lost. But we do strike Colbert, and there we go, 40 torpedo hits. I'm just gonna send you home now. My battleships are acting like one big snake-shaped fortress, slowly creeping across the oceans. Conclave sinks. I think that second torpedo run with the destroyers was not necessary. Anyway, as I said, the losses are not irreplaceable, so it's not spilt milk worth crying over. Refuge. Still afloat, but barely. Condé. Also taking a lot of fire. Might be it for her. What kind of armor do these cruisers have, by the way? That's actually very decent armor. 3 inches on the third inner belt. I'm gonna need 30 inches of pen initially to go through that. Yes, France, I can pick on your destroyers as well. And yours are a lot more expensive than mine. Yeah, quite a bit more. In spite of direct orders, my battleships are training their main guns on the enemy destroyers to avenge their own fallen destroyer comrades. And there we go. 3 French destroyers sunk in pretty much no time at all. Is no good. Big name one. No. Did I accidentally move you now? And you. There we go. Let's see. Isa Salebi. You're not in range of that light cruiser. You can target Alger, and then is no good. You can target Pascal. Who are you all following now? You're all following 1040-17, aren't you? Maybe. Maybe. Anyway, I set my light cruiser towards my gun line. It should draw enemies in my direction. So they're all very much spread out now. You can just follow the battleships, just so I don't lose track of you. I'm hitting their torpedoes a lot. Overpenning their torpedoes. I mean, it makes sense that I'm hitting the torpedoes when half the ship is torpedoes. It's torpedo reactive armor, basically. But enough shells have hit the ship surrounding the torpedoes that Conde will probably sink in another couple good hits. There we go, got some more flooding. And she sinks. How are we on ammunition? Running a bit low on AP. On the 16s and 13s. Gungarmez with the 14s doesn't quite have the same range as the Mark V 16s and 13.5s. So she's not fired quite as much. And also her rate of fire is lower, I think. 37.5 seconds. 13.5s. 36.1. Not that much slower. 34 on the 1655s. They've been refit very recently, so they got fully automatic gun reloads. Edgar Cunette, you're getting a little bit close here. I don't like that. You got too many torpedoes on you for me to appreciate you getting this close. Okay, we got a few less torpedoes now. And there we go. Finally. So here we got a bunch of almost intact French cruisers. We're following my light cruiser. And now I've drawn them in towards my battleships. Are you getting closer? Still very far away. Now you are in range. We're just gonna turn to parallel. One, two, three. There we go. I was hoping I would get the, what's it called, like the tall triangular tower available for these dreadnoughts when refitting them, but it seems not to be the case. Oh yeah, you're closing in now. There we go. Big hit on Talent. Talent is falling out of line. Curie is arguably the greater threat here, and Alos. There we go. Some good flooding. There we go. Big solid hits. I just want to sink it before those torpedoes are launched. Lowe's is out of torpedoes. Or at least the deck launchers got blown away. She launched. Shit. Who was the target? Young Gomez. Darn it. Like, she's in the middle of the formation as well. You're gonna turn this way. You're also gonna turn this way. Possibly also slow down a bit. While you three are gonna speed up. Yeah, she sank, but that was too late. 23-inch torpedoes. Quite big torpedoes. And they're fast enough that they're gonna be on me pretty soon. So, I should be like here. I think Mehmed Salebi and Al Andalus are safe. Gungarmez, Isa Salebi might be in danger. Okay, we got one errant torpedo towards the big name ship. Yeah, she took a decently chunky hit as well. That's our next target. Oh, one torpedo hit taken though. And that must have been from a torpedo that changed course. Okay, Gungarmez, you are rejoining. And you two are rejoining. Well, it seems we got most of that flooding under control. Did we lose ammunition on you, or are we just running out? Yeah, just run out. Yeah, this was my first generation with the 16s. So I was at that kind of displacement. Even with the tech I have now, I was just not able to squeeze in the increased ammunition. This turned into quite a battle, even with no enemy battleships here. So I might have to send out another task force to deal with the battleships. Next turn. We're good. I did not think we were close enough for you to launch torpedoes. Dubodio. Luckily I was able to squeeze through. Yeah, I'm not getting like any noticeable negative modifiers from other guns' flashes, so I can now have multiple ships focusing a single target without any ill effects. So that's good. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna be trying to hit multiple ships at once, though. Audio sinks. Yeah, decent range on these 7-inch guns. And another destroyer sent down. See if my old armored cruisers can do something about this aspirant. Yeah, apparently we can. Unless one of the 11s just hit it for a bunch of damage. Not bad, considering that destroyer is worth many times one of these cruisers. Probably as much as these three combined. I'm not gonna do the math, but it probably checks out. There we go, huge hits on Tonnant. I mean, yeah, it's the 16s and the torpedoes that have carried me. Actually, the 7-inch guns have done quite a bit too. I'm not sure if all that 7-inch damage is from my light cruiser or from the secondary guns on the battleships. Guess I could find out. 36,000 is from the light cruiser. Yeah, okay, it's mostly the light cruiser. I'm gonna let Pascal live for now. She's holding back the other ones. Al-Andalus. And you're still targeting that one, that's good. Those are you. There we go. We got two more here, almost intact. Let's turn my cruisers around, have them intercept these two. What's your cruising speed now? 17.5. Well, they're actually getting a plus 31 from hull stability and tower, despite their main towers being quite shit, actually. I've had a lot of refits, but I haven't done anything about the towers. I don't think they have any available that's better than what they have. Good miss. Ran out of ammo. Big name ship out of ammo. Isa Salebi almost out. Mehmed Salebi out of ammo. Al-Andalus out of ammo. Is no good out of ammo. Yeah. All my battleships are now almost empty. Got some left in Isa Salebi. There we go, we're out. Am I gonna play around with my armored cruisers before ending the battle? See if I can sink something. That light cruiser, for example. You with the 9s. Can target the DD. It's not quite close enough, but we can get there. Considering their age, they're really not performing bad. But yeah, okay, yeah, of course. Despite their radar, they cannot spot much. The base spotting range is quite bad. I've gotten too far away from the battleships. How far away is my light cruiser? Very far away. I should have kept it around to spot for the armored cruisers. So, I think we're done here. Almost 500,000 victory points. We didn't sink the entire task force, but we sank 22 ships for the loss of 4. A lot of destroyers went down. A lot of light cruisers. And a lot of heavy cruisers. So yet another big battle fought. I guess we're gonna keep fighting. We can do this one. 1 heavy cruiser versus a DD. Right, let's see if that destroyer is any good. Alright. How far away are you? There you are. What's the range? Quite far. 27 kilometers. We've got almost 22-kilometer range. 20 with the HE. Yeah, the HE is probably more relevant here. Let's take a look at what the British have built. They got a bow launcher. That could be... yeah, 20-kilometer torpedoes. 1 quintuple launcher up front. 1 quad launcher on the stern. 200 million. I mean, it seems decent enough. Reasonably priced destroyer. There we go, scoring some hits. Okay, they've launched torpedoes. Let's do a couple AP salvos. Put some holes in it. Back to auto. Now avoid the torpedoes that I will not be able to see until they are very, very close. Like that. That one too. Those are some fast torpedoes you got there. 46 knots. You know, late game oxygen torpedoes are kind of speedy. There you go. it's close enough that I can score good penetrations with HE now. And do big damage. Like that. Nice. I was cutting it a bit close with maneuvering from the torpedoes. But it worked out. Right. We are we're losing some transports. That's not unexpected. And there is army stuff going on all around. Let's just punch that up. Shipbuilding capacity. I have to put something on suspension. Yeah, the Tanzimat class battleships. Yeah, I'm probably gonna suspend you. There we go. Still at plus 1 billion. Okay, so this task force needs to also go to port. For some resupply and stuff. These ones are repairing. They need 3 more torpedo boats. One, 2, 3. This force needs 3 destroyers, 1 torpedo boat. 1, 2, 3, and 1. There we go. And everything is like basically ready. Now my big main task force, where exactly am I going to send you? Britain has nothing in that naval invasion zone yet. That seems like somewhere I should send my biggest ships when that time comes. 7 battleships, 3 battle cruisers. Oof. Where are you heading? You are heading for Bilbao. Are you gonna strike my port? Not if I can do anything about it. I'm not moving you to the port. I'm moving you to outside of it. There we go. And what battles comes of this? We'll have to see next time. Wow, that's a lot of ships. I think maybe that's where I send my my big main task force up here. We're gonna have a 3rd battle of the North Sea. Probably in one of the next episodes. Goodbye and take care.